Let's review. How do you gain influence? We've talked about 5 things so far. Integrity with people, nurture people, faith in people, listen to people, understand people. Let me stop here before I go to number 6. Are there some you do better than others? Huh? Now, the tendency is going to be, when I speak about the subject that you do well in, your tendency is going to be to say, John's really right on that issue. He's just a wise man. And when I speak on something that you don't excel in, you're going to say, off on another tangent, I think. Off on another tangent. Number 6, an influencer enlarges people. Often I'm asked the question, how do you grow an organization? It's very simple. Grow people. Then people ask me the second question, okay, if you grow an organization by growing people, question number 2 that I like to ask is, well, then how do you grow people? Very simple. Grow yourself. You cannot take people where you have not gone yourself. Isn't that true? You got to take them on your journey. Listen, quit trying to be a travel agent. Quit trying to send people places you've never been before. You give them a brochure, you get them an airline ticket, you give them a bon voyage. You know what I mean? As if you've been before. Quit trying to be a travel agent. Start being a tour guide. What I love about a tour guide is when they put you on the bus, they look at you and say, I've lived here all my life. I'm going to take you to sites that I know about and that I've studied and people that I know and history that has become intermingled with my life. And there's a touch of authenticity because you're on a tour with a tour guide. You're not with a travel agent. They're not sending you anywhere. They're taking you somewhere. You don't send your people. Leaders don't send people. They take people. Take them on the trip with you. Take them on the journey with you. But if you're going to grow people, you've got to grow yourself. Big, heavy guy, about 400 pounds, goes up to one of these sidewalk scales. The ones with the big needle. Put a quarter in and tells you, hey, he steps on this sidewalk scale and it's broken. He doesn't know it's broken. And the needle goes to 60 pounds. Stops. Kid's with his mother right beside him and he just sees what happened. And he looks at this big guy and he looks at the 60 pounds. He looks at this big guy, 60 pounds. He's trying to figure this out. Finally, his face bright. He says, hey, Mom, look. He says, that man's hollow. You cannot give what you do not have. So if you're going to enlarge people, you've got to grow and enlarge yourself. Give out of the overflow of your life. Success is 3 things. In my book, Your Roadmap for Success, I define success this way. Number 1, knowing your purpose in life. Number 2, growing to your maximum potential. And finally, sowing seeds that benefit others. You got to do all 3 to be successful. And if you do those 3, I can promise you, you'll go not only to success, to be honest with you, you'll get close to what I call significance. About every other year, I go up to the Indianapolis 500. Tony George, who owns the Indianapolis 500, has for many years gotten my books and my leadership tapes. And so he comes up and says, John, come up on race day and speak to the drivers, speak to the owners of the thing. So we do. And the first time I went up, I was totally unprepared for the response because they have 3 sessions the day of the race. They had 3 different times for me to teach. And he said, we'll have 3 different groups in to hear you. And much to my shock, there not only were 3, they were all packed out. I mean, they were all packed out. I mean, it was standing room only. They couldn't even get them all in. All 3 of them just packed out. And I told Tony, I said, man, I'm shocked. I said, that's a big crowd. He said, think about it, John. He said, in just a couple of hours after they hear you speak, they're going to get in race cars and they're going to go around that track 240 miles an hour. They're going to be within a quarter of an inch of each other's wheels. He said, wouldn't you want to talk to God before you did that? I said, yeah. Anyway, I've done the 3 different sessions. We're up in his suite, getting ready for the race to start. I'm having lunch with Tony and a couple other people there. A lady from Colorado, I don't know who she is. The lady from Colorado says, John, I read your stuff. Listen to your tape.